Hello, curious and creatives. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am going to be sharing Janice with you. Janice is 7 by 9.5 inches. She has a 1.5 inch spine covered with muslin and some crocheting, and her front and back covers are reinforced cardstock. She has 3 buttons in the front, a rusted safety pin. Please don't ask me why that's there. I just wanted to put it there and I love the way it looks. Her mouth is just about 3 inches wide. She is beautiful and full of vintage papers, vintage ephemera, vintage lace and trims. She's got stitch details. She has decorated pages and pockets and tags and journaling cards. She also has coffee and avocado dyed papers and snipper rolls and clusters and some collaging, which is typical of my work. And she is 1 signature and 84 pages. Let's take a look at her. And also very typical of my work, she is a canvas for any creator, full of creative space. This is the covered spine, and as I mentioned, vintage coffee type papers, a lot of vintage trims, vintage ephemera, stitch details, some clusters, vintage ephemera. This is a floating pocket with vintage ephemera covered with a book page. Beautiful applique, vintage lace, papers. This is a floating corner tuck. More vintage papers, avocado dyed laces. This is a glassine bag with a journal inside. And again, as I've mentioned in other videos, as far as the digital kits that are used in my journals, these are journals that were made over a year ago, if not over 2 years ago. And I really did not pay much attention to the kits that I was using because I was not planning to offer any of these journals when I created them. So if you do recognize the work and you want to mention the creator in the comments, I would so appreciate it. The back of that glassine bag has a rusted paper clip and some vintage and vintage inspired ephemera as well. Okay, here's a little collaged cluster. I will put this back after. Vintage lace. This is a secret journaling spot. It pulls out all the way. I'll take it out and put it back after. Some tags. And a pocket decorated with a little bit of a clustered and vintage wallpaper. Vintage book pages. A journaling card. A tag which also serves as a journaling space, and it has some vintage inspired ephemera here and a pocket, so it serves as a journaling card, a tag, and a pocket. More vintage lace. Oh, excuse me. Vintage lace, a tag, a vintage inspired photo, receipt, a ruffle, beautiful vintage crochet piece, the center of the book with an avocado dyed doily. These are more tags, and they're good for journaling space. Again, a blank canvas for you to do your own decorating. This is a journaling card, and this is a pocket, and this actually slides up, and the journaling card goes here, so it's kind of like a secret journaling spot. Avocado dyed papers, another sack with some lace, and here are 2 tags. I'll take them out, put them back after, for you to decorate as you wish. Music paper, braille paper, a beautiful snipper roll of fabrics, and vintage upholstery and laces and such. A vintage book page with a floating pocket with a tag inside. So gorgeous. And a tuck. The little image there, which was printed. And I think I'm just gonna cover this with some avocado dyed paper. More vintage paper, lace, little cluster. This is some journaling space with a little Velcro closure, and it serves as a pocket on top. There's a tag. Vintage book page, avocado dyed paper, another piece of a snipper roll of fabric, a tag clipped, and this is a double-sided one. I'm gonna also cover that with avocado dyed papers, so it's good for journaling as well. And here we have a bit of a cluster decorative pocket with some vintage inspired and some authentic vintage ephemera. I'll put it back after. And that's it. There she is, Janice, in all her beauty. Thank you so much for joining me for this share. Oh, and obviously you can see it, but she also has metal book corners in the front. Thank you for joining me. I will be sharing more of my work in the coming weeks, and I hope you are here with me next time. Bye.